Okay, I don't think I've done a video like this. Maybe something similar, but not this exact video. So, you see this little graphic right here, right? Pick your sneaker deal, and of course we have the major brands listed here on the graphic itself: Nike, Jordan, Adidas, Reebok, Puma, New Balance. You have a dollar amount for your contract, if you get a signature shoe or not, and then finally some other perks. And let's just run through all of those because the one I'm choosing, probably not the one you think.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still think.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back. Another video talks with TJ, aka TJ2 Swoosh T Yeezy MA2 TJ. Thank you again so much for tuning into another video. And yeah, just something a little different, right? We've had the discussion videos rolling, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in with those. Just thoughts that pop into my head, my perspective. I love sharing it with you guys, and I love the engagement that you have in the comment section. So this is especially one I want you to sound off on which deal you would choose and maybe why it makes the most sense for you. And again, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Some of this will be based on just preference. Maybe it is based on brand loyalty. A dream that you would have to work with one specific brand, have a contract with one specific brand. And we'll throw this out there, like, yes, Jordan, we know, like, it reigns very supreme, it reigns special, it's special to us. You guys see shoes behind me and around me, and some people feel the exact same way about Adidas and Yeezy. So for me, listen, we all know Nike holds a very special place, so that's why this will be a very interesting take on which deal I choose. But let's just run down all of them as quickly as possible, and I'll just kind of give my reason why it does not work for me and the one that does work for me. Okay. So, starting off, we have Nike, okay? Number one on the board, your contract is for $10 million. Now, it doesn't say what type. It doesn't say if this is like, you know, how long of a contract. Just these are the contract terms, okay? So, $10 million, you do not get a signature shoe. So more than likely you'll be someone kind of like, let's just pick, you know, one of my favorite players right now, Booker, where you will wear Nike shoes. You may wear tons of Kobe's and things of that nature, but no signature shoe. That's as of yet for him. I really do hope he gets one though. So the perks, you get access to every Nike shoe. All Nikes, doesn't matter, okay? This deal is not for me. It's just not. As much as I love the swoosh, and I do, I'll probably visit that campus before I visit any other sneaker campus. That dollar amount is the lowest. So just having access to shoes is not enough for me. The signature shoe doesn't really bother me a whole lot, but it's that dollar amount of only, you know, 10 million. I get that you're the prettiest girl at the party, but that's not enough. I need substance. I'm just saying. So moving down to the second deal, which is the Jordan deal. Now you have $15 million on your contract. You still don't get a signature shoe, so you're still just rocking whatever is under Jordan brand, which is not a bad thing. Their performance models, I think, look good when you move into the 34, 35, 36. I actually think they look good on court. You get access to all Jordan sneakers. This here is probably the one that a lot of people would choose because they're willing to sacrifice the dollars in their pocket and their net worth to have the ability to wear every single Jordan, because that probably means you get collabs, so you might get every Travis Scott or every single thing under the sun when it comes to Jordan brand. And I love that too, but it's still a no for me. Like, yeah, all these. Oh, I'm so sorry, little Clay. I'm so sorry. All of these, it's still a no. Just that dollar amount. Like, again, just the name itself is not enough. I'm sorry. Let's go down to Adidas, which starts to get interesting, starts to become a little bit more attractive. Adidas will pay you $40 million. You get a signature shoe, which I'm not shocked by that because Adidas seems to be a little bit more liberal with athletes and getting signature shoes. They don't always look the best. I actually do like Trae Young's. And, you know, they struggle in the basketball department. I pray Jerry can help them out there. Now, you also get a collab with Kanye West, which is fire, but you have to understand, like, Kanye is going to overpower the name of that collab, so people will tune in for Kanye, not for you, and you still might not get any credit for the fact that that was your shoe. So very tempting. Adidas is very tempting, but I would pass on that one too. So now we move on to Reebok. Okay, $60 million. You get a signature shoe. You also get an additional $32 million when you turn 55. Now, if you are married and you have children and you have the intention of having grandchildren down the line and you have a legacy and a family name to carry on, I can see this making a lot of sense, like a lot of sense for you. So I think the Reebok deal is pretty good. You get a signature shoe again as well if that's something you care about. And hey, I mean, honestly, I would just ask for really good tech within the Reebok questions and keep it moving. I'm just being real with you. Like that new pink toe coming out, perfect. All right, moving along. Again, I wouldn't choose Reebok. Puma, $75 million. Now you're talking. You don't get a signature shoe though, but you get equity in the company. You get a 2% stake in the Puma brand. Okay, so I just want to table that for a second because the two most attractive deals, at least personally, would actually be Reebok and Puma. But before I fully get into why I would choose Puma, New Balance, you get $100 million. So you have the highest contract in terms of value itself. Well, I'm not going to say value. Highest contract in terms of dollar amount. I don't think that's where the highest value is. And then you get a signature shoe, but you also you own an entire clothing line. Even though the highest dollar amount is present for New Balance, do you want to own an entire clothing line? I think you have to ask yourself that. I still don't know if that's something I would want or even want to necessarily design my own clothes. That's a lot. It's very intensive. It takes a while for you to master it and figure it out. And do you want to continue to do that season after season after season? It's not just like, oh, I have a clothing line. Like, oh, do you want it to sell and stay relevant? Like there's a difference, you know, they say in business between raising money and then being able to make money. A lot of people can raise money through investors, but can you make money to continue to keep yourself afloat and alive? So I don't know that a whole clothing line is necessarily something I would want if I'm busy. I don't know if I'm an athlete or just whoever in the industry because they don't specify that. But I don't know necessarily that a whole clothing line is something that is a great perk up there for me. But Puma is the deal for me. Now, Puma's the deal for me. Don't get me wrong. You're not getting paid the highest dollar amount. You don't get a signature shoe, but I'm willing to give up the signature shoe. I'm willing to not have the 100 million because guess what? You're giving me 2% stake in Puma itself. That means however that brand does, no matter what, whether I'm active in it, I'm passive, I don't come to any of the meetings, no matter what, Puma does well, I do well. Okay, they grow, I grow. It has nothing to do with just maybe the specific sport that I would be involved in, or maybe I'm just involved with them, you know, when it comes to lifestyle or something of that nature. I'm still making money, and ownership and equity I know is something that if you pay attention, that's what those who focus on wealth like strive for. Like I have a friend where even if he's not on a retainer with brands and it could be within sneakers itself, equity is something that he'll still vie for. He'll actually try to negotiate for. I want a stake in the company. Not even you just paying me monthly, but I know that I have a stake in this. So you have to buy me out at a certain point based on what my stake is worth for me to then not have a say in what goes on. So I would take the Puma deal. Give me the equity, give me the ownership, give me the 75 mil. I will be comfortable as ever. Okay, listen, Puma has some really good classics. And at least that's the deal I would take. Now, younger me would absolutely just have taken the Nike or the Jordan deal and been ecstatic about it. Even if I didn't get the signature shoe, wouldn't have mattered because you're telling me I get every Nike and I get every Jordan. But even at that point, okay, then what? You know, I just think you have to look at yourself because what if that contract ends? Well, if that contract ends, cool, with Puma, that's fine. Once that contract is done, I still own stake in that company. So I would love for you guys to sound off in the comments which would you select, and then also just why. I mean, again, if it's truly just based on you're content with having just 15 million on the contract, but you get every single Jordan, or just 10 million, you get access to every single Nike, that may be it. And if that's it for you and that works for you, I'm all for it. Thank you again so much for tuning in. If you like what you saw, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I truly appreciate it. And as always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace out.